What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Spandau Ballet, and we're going back to their 1981 album Journeys to Glory, and we're up to a song called Age of Blows. I have to say, if it makes me think of anything, it's like a proper name in a Tolkien novel or something. It's like, the Age of Blows, when the tree elves were driven from their forest by the orcs. But yeah, Blows, there's a few different renderings. One that's a bit late night, we're going to discount that one. Also, blows can refer to like winds, especially strong, gusty winds. It could also refer to violence, whether fisticuffs or other like strikes, whether with a weapon or one's fist. Ultimately, it's a really hard phrase to unpack without more context. So, especially because of the age of, if it was like the night of blows or something, you might think, okay, so this is about like a violent incident that occurred and it'll be sort of a narrative and perhaps, we'll get the prologue and the epilogue. But the age of blows, it feels like it takes the idea of it being in reference to like violent strikes to a level where I'm not sure if that makes sense anymore, so I guess we'll find out. This is Spandau Ballet. The tune is Age of Blows, and it's from their 1981 album Journeys to Glory. Giving me a bit of like Flock of Seagulls vibes right out of the gate. To the point where it feels like it could be an instrumental. Those cymbal crashes. This part could be like alternatively in a Flash Gordon like episode or something. But it's interesting that like chorus, for lack of a better word, it has a different sort of atmosphere to the rest of the tune. It's psychedelic. Come on. What a tune. I love this. technically an instrumental. We did have like melodic vocals by the end, but really cool tune and essentially an instrumental track. Yeah, it was interesting me. Interesting to me. Let me enunciate. But yeah, I enjoyed the sort of balance of the tune and that the sort of like, again, the verses, even though there were no lyrics, had a bit more of a mixed vibe. I'm not going to say dark, but it was sort of, it had a bit of like seriousness to it, whereas the like chorus, like synth parts, had a sort of like brighter and more like electric light sort of feel. So yeah, I enjoyed the balance of the tune. Top track again. I've heard from a couple people. Han Solo has mentioned a couple times that the sound they have here is going to be different from what they do in a few years or a couple years after this. But ultimately, I really dig the sound of this album, and I am going to try to get to this reaction series a little more regularly. There's a few reaction series where like I've been going a week or more between each of the reactions. At the very least, I'm going to try to get it to 3, 4, 5 days at most. So yeah, I'm going to try to do Spandau a little more regularly. Let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.